Can I get an amen?
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town? I can't hear you. I cannot believe it.
Cause P. Diddy be wanting to party.
That's not your hair. Take that pile of shit off your head.
Yeah. Give me some love, baby. You know what I'm saying?
What's good? Where my guys at? Where my guys at? Where are my guys? We're gonna cook up.
The best things I did was become a hoe back in 2021 after my failed relationship. And I don't mean that type of hoe that y'all talking about doing all that free fucking. I'm talking about a bitch that's really getting paid. Even though my whole journey was very short-lived because I'm just not cut out for it. I learned a lot about men as a girl who was always a girlfriend. Type of men I grew up around, I never had to worry about them being predatory or violating me at all. I could literally undress in front of my cousins, my uncles, my dad. I could sleep in the same bed with them. I didn't never had to worry about certain things that some girls had to worry about. Me being around men that I was always safe around was a good thing, of course, but not being educated on how predatory and bad men can be out in the world, I was not set up with the proper tools. Now, I don't think everybody needs to go and have a whole phase just to learn these things, but I do think as a Black girl, most of the time we don't get to experience dating like other cultures do. I had a very false sense of who men really were because I've only been around the men in my family. I've only seen the men on TV, and all of those men are typically written out to be the savior, the provider, the good guy. I mean, we really don't see that many bad men. So it wasn't until my failed relationship and I decided to go and be outside and be a hoe and hang out with my old friends that I actually got to learn men. These are things that you can learn without a hoe phase. I do not condone hoe phases, especially the hoe phases y'all be going on, because y'all just be doing a whole bunch of free fucking and calling it feminism. That is not a hoe phase. In my opinion, that's just a phase of you being dumb as fucking and mismanaging that pussy. That's another topic for another day. I've been in relationships since high school. I've been a long-term girlfriend and I've been proposed to twice before the age of 25. But I did not know men until that hoe phase. I had no idea how predatory, how manipulative, how narcissistic, and how terrible men could be. Not letting your Black daughter date and properly guiding her through life when it comes to the dating world does her a huge disservice. Don't let them date. You call them fast for liking boys, but then get mad when they get grown, successful, and pick a man like Keke Palmer them. Make it make sense. I mean, you really think that your daughter just gonna know what man to pick just because she's book smart? Last time I checked, all my drug dealer cousins, they want them a nurse. They want them a doctor. They want them a lawyer. I remember I used to date this drug dealer. Baby, he had all the lawyers on his body. All the girls from Spelman was on that man's body. I was like, damn, that's crazy that these bitches, these highly educated women, want him. I did not know men until me and that boy broke up in 2021. And I really got to get outside and really got to date for real outside of being in a long-term relationship, outside of trying to commit myself because I don't want to be a hoe. Society don't like a hoe. A man will never cover a hoe. Bitch, that's a lie. And I'm not saying go out here and spread yourself thin because that's not cute. I'm just saying, stop trying to preserve yourself and cuff the next man you know because society gonna call you a hoe. It's a scam. It's a scam that Todd set up, my girl. Black boys are already raised up against Black girls. And you sending your little Black daughter out in the world lost in the sauce and making it no fucking better. Give her the proper tools and she won't need a hoe phase like I did. Either y'all gonna start teaching y'all daughters or narcissists will. Either.
Hey, what's good, TikTok fam? So, listen, this is kind of like story time, but this is for my ladies, y'all. It's the reason why I'm always talking about if you can help it when it comes to the fibroids. If you can help it, do not let them cut out your uterus. Now, a myomectomy, okay, good, cool. I did that. But the thing with that is you have to make sure you keep those things at bay, change your diet, do everything you were not doing before a myomectomy, do it after. You know what I'm saying? Because they can come back. But we do trust God to be the healer. But like I said in many videos back, you have to do your part as well. But like I was saying, it's the reason why I'm so heavy on like, sis, don't, if you can help it, just don't do it. Now, mind y'all, this is the woman who has had multiple miscarriages, right? When I was married, and you know, a couple times when I was just doing the most. Okay, thank you God, because that would have been a mess. But I'm to the point now where I don't even really give anybody's son the time of day. You know, I'm in a place where I'm happily single. I don't want to be in a relationship. I'm super content, just living in purpose, you know, just doing what I love, not being bothered with having to deal with somebody else's emotions and deal with their trauma. I don't feel like it right now. This is not saying, you know, I don't want love one day, because that'd be cap. That would be cap, if the truth be told. But right now, at 39, I'll be 40 in November. I'm good. Like I'm happier now. I'm fine. But when it comes to the baby thing, that's something that I can take or leave. But I really feel like it's something going on. I'm not going to call it demonic because I cannot put my finger on it. Like, I don't know. But I feel like there's something going on to where the devil just does not want us to have kids. I really believe it has something to do with spiritual warfare. I'm going to talk to God about it more, because I really do. And I'm going to tell y'all why. So last Wednesday, mind y'all, where they at? Hold on. So I was telling somebody on here, I forgot which video it was, but it was, I think, the fibroid update, where I told her I'm healing from fibroids. Never said I was fibroid free. I'm still healing from fibroids, but I know they're shrinking. Everything is getting better because I can feel it. Either way, so I take these pills because at one point I was bleeding so bad, I really should have been out of here. Should have left, just been gone from Earth, period. But I take pills to completely stop cycles, to completely not bleed, right? So last Wednesday, and I swear I came in contact with a warlock doc. Anyway, let me tell the story. So last Wednesday, so I ran out of my pills Tuesday. And I'm thinking, okay, I'll be good. I'm just going to go get, you know, a refill in the morning and keep it pushing. Not knowing I had 0 refills left. So long story short, I took this again last week. Took my last pill like Tuesday at 10.
Listen, guys, this is gonna be it's gonna be a serious class, so you can understand why the black woman wants to be all alone, why she does not want you around. There are things that you should not just have to deal with, and some women are just courteous of that, but it also has them abandoned. It also has them abandon the community as a whole, not being able to contribute, or the ability to contribute. They believe in something called a purpose, or whatever you want to call it. After the abandonment of the box, now they would like to serve their purpose. And, you know, agenda feels it's an abandonment of the whole community, knowing that, you know, like I say, either you got to just be an object, or know that you cannot contribute. And a lot of times it's where you see the real pain, you know. A lot of times it's where you see the real pain. And it hurts. It hurts these women sometimes, you know.
Went to the place at like 2-3 something. They couldn't do it. So I'm like, okay, gotta wait. Just it was the next morning. I'm calling they had to get approval from the doctor to get the refill, you know, all that stuff. So it's taking all this time, and my body is like, okay, sis, what's up? Like, we're getting ready to react. And on Wednesday, I knew what was about to happen. Long story short, I was at Publix, y'all, getting my 2 pounds of crab legs steamed at Old Bay season, like getting my juice, my little smoothies and stuff like that. I got 2 bananas.
There you have it. I mean, when you start to listen to these stories, you say, well, damn, man, you just doing whatever you want to do, and it is catching up to you.
And some water. I had to
just listen to women. Just listen sometimes, players.
Get up out of there, y'all. I had to go to the restroom, call 911, got carried out of there in an ambulance. All because I missed those pills for pretty much a day. So that happened. Mind you guys, I had not had an episode since October of last year. So this had nothing to do with me being around toxic people and getting sick every other month or whatever. This was on me, but I did not know I had no refills left. Because typically you drop it off, hey sis, is one.
Listen to women. She knows she has pussy problems, but she would blame it on toxic people that she was around. And once that didn't work, she had to go ahead and just say it's her.
On the clock, come back at 2, bet I'll be back at 2. Like typically you drop it off, hey sis, it's 1 o'clock, come back at 2, bet I'll be back at 2. Like, let me go get some shopping done, go DoorDash, I'm coming back. No refill, sis. You got to get approved from the doc.
That's what happens when that box stopped working. They want to fall into a line of independence, living their truth and their purpose.
Not picking up. I was caught, ma'am. Like, y'all, I need these pills. Can you please can somebody go in the room where she's at? Like, ma'am, I'm telling you, I cannot end up in the ER. It was a mess. Long story short, get to the ER. They gave me something for pain. Didn't really work. Then they gave me morphine. Y'all, I don't know what's in that stuff, but it's a miracle. Outside of the good Lord himself, it's a miracle. But it was a black doctor who came over there to me. They had me in those seats, like the chemotherapy seats or whatever. So I'm still like kind of, still I'm feeling better, but I'm just sitting there or whatever, resting and trying to recoup from all that vomiting and crap. So he came over there and he was like, you have kids? No, he didn't say it like that. No, hey, how you doing? No, I'm Dr. So-and-so. He did do that part. But then he asked what was going on, and I told him what happened about the pills, blah, 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 whatever. Haven't had this in like months. I've been good for months. So he was like, you have kids? I was like, no, and I'm not really sure about, I don't know, I can kind of, take it or leave it. And he was like, go ahead and get that done. Let's just take it out. And I was like, I don't really want to do that. Like, what if I change my mind? Hey, I'm just saying.
Look, guys, look, Plane. Hey, Plane, she put on the screen, he said snip, snip like it was nothing. Ma'am, you knew your box wasn't nothing. And like I always tell you, that's when the cap starts. When they say, oh, because I wanted to have my babies. No, you didn't.
I would just take it out. And it's just the way that he said it, on top of the fact that he touched me. This is the part where I called him the warlock doc right here. Because the second time he touched me, I promise y'all, it was just this, I wish y'all were inside my body that evening. It was just this, I can't describe it. What adjective would I use? I got 10 minutes. Oh my God. Like a eerie, energetic feeling that, again, the second time. The first time he's like, oh, let me see. So he says, oh, that's big. Like that's, and maybe a few seconds later, I don't know what I was saying or what he was saying. He's like, let me see again. Why you got to see it again? Didn't think about that at the time, but it was just this feeling. But after the fact, I said, now, Lord, if he was a warlock doc, because they out there, the men and the women alike, I had to plead the blood of Jesus and cancel any curse that he put over my body, because I really believe that the devil has set out doctors, even like the fact that y'all want our money for one, but that's a whole nother TikTok for a whole nother day. But ladies, I'm telling you, now, if you got to get your uterus taken out, if a hysterectomy is a must, if it's life-threatening, because again, I had a whole blood transfusion in October of last year, so I was almost out of here. I freaking get it. If you got to do it, sis, you got to do what you got to do. I'm so sorry, but you have to do what you have to do, because that's your life at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? But if you do not, again, I'm to the place where I know I would be a great mother, but I really can't take it or leave it. because I'm about to be 40. I have a lot more patience now, but that's a lot. To be a mother is a lot, and I'm talking about losing sleep. It's rewarding and beautiful, I know, but I promise I can take it or leave it. So that's going to have to be up to God and like concerning me. But y'all, I'm telling you, I really believe. Again, I'm gonna pray about it some more. I'm gonna try to find some books, a documentary or something, because I really believe it's something to where the enemy just does not want us to conceive and have children.
There you have it, Plain. Do you have time to speak? Because I have bad videos today because it would be helpful to break down. But the more so thing is like this. She's blaming everything else besides herself. You see what I'm saying? And she's upset that she got all the way till 40. Couldn't be with a man. Man wasn't paramount in her systemic programming. You understand? And it's painful.
I don't know what it is. Like, if some of us out here about to raise up the next Messiah, not saying the next Jesus because it's only one, but you know, like what is the reason? Even I was talking to my friend a few months ago, even the babies I lost, like it had to be a reason. Why would you not want me to have my babies? And I know that fibroids is y'all, I saw a video on fibroid. This lady had a demon, and the demon said that he gave her fibroids so that she could not bear kids. If you want me to send you the link, I promise I will. Or I could try to put it in the comments. But y'all, it's something to where he does not want us to have kids. So God gonna have to get a scoop on this. But it's something to it, y'all. So again, y'all, ladies who dealing with fibroids, your girl gets it. Because like I told you, I'm still healing. They're not completely gone. But stomach shrinking, I get my colon, I'm all right. But it's something to it, y'all. He don't want us to have babies. I don't even want no man right now, but if it's a trick of the enemy, like I don't know what's going on. And if somebody got that revelation, if God done spoke to you already, talk to us. What's up?
I got you, boo. I wish Plain was here to tell you, but I got you. Ma'am, you've been systemically programmed. You realize that you wanted a whole phase. You realize that a man was your enemy. You didn't take care of yourself from a dietary standpoint. You didn't realize being a contributor to the community was priority. Now you have a beard. You have blood transfusion. You have everything wrong. And you're still looking for answers. And you're trying to go spiritual.
Hey, what's good, TikTok fam? So, listen, this is kind of like story time, but this is for my ladies, y'all. It's the reason why I'm always talking about if you can help it when it comes to the fibroids. If you can help it, do not let them cut out your uterus. Now, a myomectomy, okay, good, cool. I did that. But the thing with that is you have to make sure you keep those things at bay, change your diet, do everything you were not doing before a myomectomy, do it after. You know what I'm saying? Because they can come back. But we do trust God to be the healer. But like I said in many videos back, you have to do your part as well. But like I was saying, it's the reason why I'm so heavy on like, sis, don't, if you can help it, just don't do it. Now, mind y'all, this is the woman who has had multiple miscarriages, right?
There you have it. Yeah, Plain reality. Reality is, man, you want to talk about a tough reality, man? That shit is, it's so funny because, like, obviously brothers don't know about this sort of stuff, but the harsh reality of my sisters, enough to make your heart break. Shit.
When I was married and, when I was married and, multiple miscarriages, right? When I was married and, a couple times when I was just doing the most, okay?
Hello? Couple of miscarriages when I was married and a couple of miscarriages when I was just doing the most. And I always say to the brothers, what you think a woman care about more, her money or her pussy? What you think a woman care about more, her pussy or anything else in the whole wide world? It will fascinate you to know the answer. What do you think a woman cares about, her pussy or anything else in the whole wide world?
If you can help it, just don't do it. Now, mind y'all, this is the woman who has had multiple miscarriages, right? When I was married, and a couple times when I was just doing the most. Okay, thank you, God, because that would have been a mess.
They'll share with the internet before they tell their man. No doubt about it. Yo, B, you don't want to go down this lane.
But I'm to the point now where I don't even really give anybody's son the time of day. I'm in a place where I'm happily single. I don't want to be in a relationship. I'm super content, just living in purpose, just doing what I love, not being bothered with having to deal with somebody else's emotions and deal with their trauma. I don't feel like it right now. This is not.
There you go, guys. This woman can tell you she don't feel like it. I know if a man had a choice, he would say he doesn't feel like it.
I'm saying, I don't want love one day, because that'd be cap. That would be cap, if the truth be told. But right now, at 39, I'll be 40 in November. I'm good. Like I'm happier now. I'm fine. But when it comes to the baby thing, that's something that I can take or leave. But I really feel like it's something going on. I'm not going to call it demonic because I cannot put my finger on it. Like, I don't know. But I feel like there's something going on to where the devil just does not want us to have kids. I really believe it has something to do with spiritual warfare. I'm going to talk to God about it more because I really do. And I'm going to tell y'all why. So last Wednesday, mind you.
Let's move on, Plain. Let's move on. Because you know what it is. Damn.
So this is part 2. After our loss, I was in a dark place. I was super sad. I had never been that sad before. I've also never lost a child, even if it's a child that I didn't get a chance to know. I lost them. And I felt like it was something wrong with me because my body did it. It wasn't like something happened and then I lost the baby. Just my body did it on its own. The hospital told me to keep my first OB appointment and go in so that they could figure out what was going on. So I went into that and they did an ultrasound to make sure that everything was clear. And we talked about my options moving forward because I had the fibroids. At this point, we're at about the end of July, almost.
Stop the show, man. What you put in the search bar? Yo, you better come talk to me. You better come talk to me. You know I don't get no damn support, even though I might demand it from these people today. But you better come talk to me. That ain't the type of questions I want, nigga. I want good educational questions. You understand me? I want educational questions so that we can break this down. What did she say? After suffering our loss. Who's on the backside of this? A man who is in pain. He thought he had a good-looking baddie.
So this is part 2. After our loss, I was in a dark place. I was super sad. I had never been that sad before. I've also never lost a child.
Ma'am, you supposed to be saying, I was sad for him. I know something happened to me, and I know, but I'm not that selfish of a person. That man had a loss too. I was supposed to be. I was there for him. Dude, that man was down, but he got together quick. But I was there for him, and then he was able to take care of me. But I did not ignore the fact that he suffered a loss as well. What did she say? I just in a dark place.
Sad. So this is part 2. After our loss, I was in a dark place. I was super sad. I had never been that sad before. I've also never lost a child, even if it's a child that I didn't get a chance to know. I lost them, and I felt like it was something wrong with me because my body did it. It wasn't like something happened and then I lost the baby. Just my body did it on its own. The hospital told me to keep my first OB appointment and go in so that they could figure out what was going on. So I went into that and they did an ultrasound to make sure that everything was clear, and we talked about my options moving forward because I had the fibroids. At this point, we're at about the end of July, almost August, and it might have actually been August by this point, and my wedding was September.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no, Plane. Plane. See? Yo, you're a horrible dude, man. Plane. Plane. How you... Plane. So she did that to that man. He had the wedding and everything planned. Wow. He had the wedding and everything planned, Pep. You want to talk about a heartbreak? My goodness.
It was September, and it might have actually been August by this point, and my wedding was September. So I had a lot of stuff on my plate, a lot on my mind, and they told me to go in for an MRI to see where all of the fibroids were located and what form.
Now, the question is, class is in session. The question is, why did she have a lot on her plate? Meaning, why did she want to go to the doctor and try to fix this up, knowing that she had a wedding coming up? Why did she have a lot on her plate?
Wedding was August, and it might have actually been August by this point, and my wedding was September. So I had a lot of stuff on my plate, a lot on my mind, and they told me to go in for an MRI to see where all of the fibroids were located and what form of surgery would be best. My MRI was scheduled like September 1st or so, and my wedding was 2 or 3 days after that. So I go in for the MRI, we have our wedding, have our honeymoon, get back to work that Monday or Tuesday, and they called me and said that I would need the open myomectomy, the open abdominal myomectomy, because of the size of my fibroids and where they were.
Now, at this point, did that man get a raw deal or did he get a good deal because she know how to put makeup on and she looks good? Did that man get a raw deal or a good deal? See, over here you get to hear the real stories. And what is the real stories of good men? Good men, good. Can't believe Plane leaving me out here like this by myself. But good men, man. This is a good man.
The MRI, we have our wedding, have our honeymoon, get back to work that Monday or Tuesday, and they called me and said that I would need the open myomectomy, the open abdominal myomectomy, because of the size of my fibroids and where they were. I was sad. I was disappointed because it wasn't what I wanted to hear. I wanted to have the option of doing the less invasive surgery because...
Well, you'll find that answer out in a second, but watch this.
Days after that. So I go in for the MRI, be best. My MRI was scheduled like September 1st or so, and my wedding was 2 or 3 days after that. So I go in for the MRI. We have our wedding, have our honeymoon, get back.
I go for the MRI. We have our wedding. We have our honeymoon. Now, there's a 50 to 60% chance that she had her wedding and honeymoon in discomfort sexually. All the way to the fact that she could have said, baby, you know I'm all the way fucked up. I can't. Well, nah, she sucked it up. She fucked him in discomfort on the honeymoon. She comes back from the honeymoon after fucking her husband in discomfort, after having a miscarriage for the man, goes to the doctor for the MRI. They said, look, we got to get you on the table fast. Did that man get a raw deal thus far?
To work that Monday or Tuesday, and they called me and said that I would need the open myomectomy, the open abdominal myomectomy, because of the size of my fibroids and where they were. I was sad. I was disappointed.
My fault, Plain. My fault.
I wanted to hear. I wanted to
My
have
fault.
the option of doing less invasive surgery.
My fault.
Good.
Now, did that man get a raw deal so far?
Yeah, they should have a lemon law for marriages.
Come on, come on.
Like they do for cars. You know, you get married, then you find out she knew all this, and she had all this. It's like annulment, and she owe you. You know what I'm saying?
You see how confident she talks about fleecing this man?
Oh man, I mean, that's what they do.
I mean, everybody think that we're over here trying to talk bad about people. No, we are like, yo, if you really knew the truth.
Right, we the Avengers. We trying to save people from predators and villains.
I agree. Hold on.
Because I did want to have children naturally, or have the option to give a vaginal birth. But with the open myomectomy, that would have been out of the window. We scheduled the surgery for a few weeks out, and that was that. I just had to get ready to have surgery at the end of October, or it was the beginning of November. I did all of the pre-op stuff and everything. I did my blood work. I went and got my COVID test, and the Friday before my surgery, they ended up canceling it. And I took it as a sign as I didn't need the surgery. So we decided to try again and see what will happen if we got pregnant again, hopefully.
What do I teach you? They will have your baby under any conditions. Okay? That's what I tried to teach you guys.
Now, when did the husband find out all this was going on?
Let's take it from the beginning.
So this is part 2. After our loss, I was in a dark place. I was super sad. I had never been that sad before. I've also never lost a child, even if it's a child that I didn't get a chance to know. I lost them. And I felt like it was something wrong with me because my body did it. It wasn't like something happened and then I lost the baby. Just my body did it on its own. The hospital told me to keep my first OB appointment and go in so that they could figure out what was going on. So I went into that and they did an ultrasound to make sure that everything was clear. And we talked about my options moving forward because I had the fibroids.
So after he had the miscarriage, they found out. Now, if we want to believe her, that's on us.
Yeah, I'm gonna just take it at face value.
Right? Either way, he gets the raw deal.
Yep, you need to. Yep.
Okay, so she didn't know she had fibroids. Sometimes women don't know.
But is statistics like 70% have them?
Yeah.
Good God.
And like I say, it's not a disease that can go to you, but it can fuck you up. That man had a miscarriage, had to put this woman through surgery. It got canceled. All of this extra maintenance.
And then you ain't even get, you can't get no box during all this shit.
Right.
You see she got them DSLs and, she ain't going to want to do right by that man, tighten them up.
She's happy, man. The deal is done. You understand? She
She like,
won.
sucker, gotcha.
Yeah, you're fucked up.
They like a used car salesman.
This for you. All right, so I want you to save and share this video with a woman that has had miscarriages and really does want to be a parent one day. All right, so check this out. You or whoever's having miscarriages most likely has ovarian cysts, fibroids, things like that. What breaks that down is alkalinity, electricity, and antioxidants. Two of the biggest ways to get antioxidants into the body is berries, like blueberry, raspberry, things like that, acai, or chaga mushroom. I should also include grounding. Grounding is crazy for antioxidants, but some chaga mushroom, you can get that at hostdefense.com, and your berries, right? So you start your morning with that. Absolutely nothing acidic is going into your body for 30 days. So no chicken, no steaks, no meats, no cheese, no processed foods, right? 30 days. Just juice and eat your berries and chaga mushroom and ground for 30 days. And on top of that, every single night, you put castor oil, organic castor oil on your pelvic area with a hot compress on top and allow it to seep into the towelette, maybe like a fourth cup, a quarter cup. Put that on your
Plain. Do you think women can do that for the welfare of their pussy?
Not if a dude is telling them to do it.
I don't give a fuck who's telling them. Do you think women can do that for the welfare of their pussy? When they go on a girls trip and other women get to eat and do everything else.
Right. Nah, man, they not doing none of that. Girls trip or none. That involves denying yourself of wants, and that is their kryptonite.
Right. See that?
It's want over need.
That's why we always say, ain't no helping you. You understand? Like, ain't no helping you. Like, it's your box is only gonna go downward.
I mean,
you understand?
Yeah, anytime a person wants to change, it's up. They first got to want to change and then decide to make the change. Those are two internal steps that we got nothing to do with. And they don't want to do what they got to do to make it. They just want the doctor to fix it. And then they go back to seafood boils and shit.
Right.
They think the doctor like a NASCAR pit crew or something.
My brain is not even working right now. In a hysteroscopy. I think I'm saying that right. And I was so concerned about the biopsy because I've been watching videos.
Like I said, Plain, you want to see some sad people? Follow this trail.
What you put in the search bar?
Hold on, man. I'm putting it in the back chat, man. It's tough, ain't it?
Oh my God.
You're a horrible man for wanting to go down this road.
Hey man, I just got off work. I ain't got nothing cracking.
Endometritis. Ever heard of it? Let's talk about it. Endometritis, not endometriosis, they are two separate conditions, is an infection/inflammation inside of the uterus. It creates a toxic environment inside of the uterus, which can and does lead to infertility. I did not learn about endometritis until several years into our infertility journey. Come to find out, I did have endometritis. The first doctor that I asked to be tested for endometritis told me she knew how to test for endometritis. And I had an endometrial biopsy. And when I got the results, there were no results for endometritis. So when I questioned, they then proceeded to tell me that they could not do the test with the endometrial biopsy and that I needed to have a DNC, which was done at the local hospital. Now, mind you, I live in a very small area, so this might not happen to everybody, but it did happen to me. So when you are tested for endometritis, they have to do a biopsy.
That's enough for this bitch.
Yeah, she ain't even saying it right.
This is a great question. Thank you for sharing. Did you have multiple miscarriages, then diagnosed with infertility? No, I have never miscarried. I've never been able to get pregnant to miscarry. For the most part, I was diagnosed because I couldn't get pregnant, and doctors couldn't really figure out why. After they continued to do scans and just kind of digging more, they found that I had fibroids that were really, really big, basically the size of an 18-week womb. They were massive, like they were huge. And then when they got in my body, they found that I had stage 2 endo, which they hadn't picked up. The scans can't pick up, right? For the most part, how I understand it based on severity, fibroids don't allow you to stay pregnant. Endo doesn't allow you to get pregnant. So I kind of had both whammies.
Hello, plane.
What the fuck?
Plane.
I'm sorry.
I don't care. Plane.
Yo.
Your thoughts. Your thoughts, King.
So she's saying she didn't have miscarriages
because she could never get pregnant.
And she couldn't get pregnant because of what?
Well, fibroids, blocks the baby
right
from having a free path, and then endo prevents you from getting pregnant the right way because you have all these different sort of cycles and stuff like that.
Your ovulation schedule throw it off.
Yeah. And she was born this way.
So she was just born to be a toy, I guess.
That's all that you can really, really say when you look at it from a standpoint of, ma'am. See, but they use it so different. Like the other girl said, I'm doing my purpose. I'm feeding the kids in Africa. Like, yo, bro.
What?
Bro. They'll do anything to realize, my worth is fucked up.
And based on severity, positioning, location, all that stuff, it can cause really big complications. For some women, they have fibroids and they don't really cause any issues for getting pregnant or staying pregnant. For some women, they actually have endo and it causes no issues. For me and where mine was, and just like positioning and I guess what it was doing inside my body and inside my uterus, it was a no-go for my fertility, and it really did disrupt it. But hope this.
There you go, Plane.
All right, part 3. Just because I found out.
I just love. I ain't gonna lie.
Young.
I love when my niggas get fleeced. I ain't gonna lie.
Dang.
I love when they fleece the guys.
Why? I thought you were trying to help the guys.
I am, but the thing is, once the man is in, ain't no turning back, because you don't want to see something bad happen, to the person that you care about. So it's over.
And I'm the horrible person.
What do you mean?
So this dude trapped up and suffering, and that's hilarious to you.
Huh?
You say it's hilarious, this dude trapped up and suffering.
Yeah. Only if he knew, man.
Right.
Let's go back to the other shit.
You like, I could have helped you out, but even still, you could have the information, but a lot of these guys fall weak to the game.
Damn. Yeah, sometimes we all do, man.
Yeah, man. Everybody meet their match one day.
Hey. So, I found out I was pregnant like 2 weeks ago. I made the announcement this past Sunday, which was like Mother's Day. I woke up yesterday, which was Saturday, and I was bleeding just a little bit. So I went to the health department to get a proof of pregnancy. And when I was at the health department, I had to use the restroom, and then I passed like a big clot of blood.
Oh, man.
The toilet. It was horrible. It was horrible. But the nurse practitioner, she was like, don't worry about it until you have to, just go to the emergency room. So I went to the emergency room. They did an ultrasound, but that was by me being just only 6 weeks. They went out there to see it. So they didn't see it.
You know how that story ends. Man.
I hope she's not driving.
Yeah, she is.
Oh my God, she do everything wrong.
2021, I was pregnant and lost our daughter Briley. I was 5 months, 22 weeks to be exact. I went to a regular routine checkup on a Thursday. I told my provider then that I was not feeling like my best. Like I felt like a heaviness on my chest. I felt like I couldn't breathe when I laid down, and things were getting worse. And they were like, oh, it's probably just acid reflux, and you're also getting bigger. You're getting into second trimester. Well, y'all, it was my first pregnancy, 5 months. I really was not that big. As far as the acid reflux, I'm like, I know what acid reflux feels like. This doesn't feel like that either. So at this point, I'm terrified. Julian's terrified because we're like, what? We thought she was just having some just minor issue.
Julian is terrified. Poor Julian playing. Poor Julian.
Jen, she gotta put it out in public. Everybody know what this man going through.
So they're packing me up to go my first ambulance ride. Terrified, pregnant. Julian's driving behind, and I get to UAB, and they're like rushing me in. Doctors are rushing in. So based off of my labs, I was showing that I was having symptoms of HELP syndrome, which is something like preeclampsia, but a little bit more severe. I basically
Whoa, pause, man. That's two more to add.
What is that?
Preeclampsia?
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll figure it out later, but that's
yo, because I've never heard those terms.
I've heard preeclampsia before. I just can't. I
don't have no idea what that shit is.
Yeah, we're gonna hit AI out for that one. And some, what'd you say, HELP syndrome?
HELP syndrome, having symptoms of HELP syndrome, which is something like preeclampsia, but a little bit more severe. I basically was in like liver failure.
Oh!
Fluid on my lungs, which is
damn,
son.
I could not breathe. So I was not crazy. I knew something was wrong, and I knew I couldn't breathe, and I knew it was not acid reflux. And it was so severe that they had to induce me because it was that bad. I did not want to get induced because I knew at 22 weeks it was very rare for Briley to live. And so sure, we just can't wait. Like I can't just stay in the hospital for a week or 2 weeks or however long. And they were like, you don't have time. You don't have time. I'm like, what? What do you mean I don't have time? And basically, because everything was shutting down. And so I did not have time to live, which is so crazy to say, and it's hard to say, but basically that's what happened. So I had to induce, have an induction. I delivered Briley. She was born alive, but she just, her lungs and heart, everything was not developed. So she passed. Something like 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So that's that. If you're pregnant, listen to your
fuck.
Wait, man, wait.
Dang.
The bitchnology is so strong. Like the way she is presenting this horror story does not match the content.
I know it, right? It breaks us down, right?
But I'm saying the way they present it is so like,
like reporting the news.
Yeah, man, like you reading off a teleprompter. This is your life. How the hell I give more damn about your life than you do? Ain't listen. What the part when she was talking like I gotta live. What was she talking about? The 2 weeks I gotta live. Like they be arguing. Have you ever argued with a doctor?
Me in particular, yeah.
Oh well, yeah, it's you argue with everybody.
Yeah.
But I ain't taking no fucking shots, son.
No, I ain't taking no shots.
But I'm saying, like, in that case, you know,
They look to the white man for help.
yeah, man. Like,
You understand? They look to the government and everything systemic besides their own brother for help.
Because they've been programmed to look down on us, not, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
and they ensure that they can look down on men by picking the wrong ones to procreate with and live with. Then they have the you know, the cycle continues.
Yeah, but when they get the good man, look at what she would have had that little baby for that man if that baby was alive.
The good
That's
man,
the part I try to tell you.
The good man ain't nothing but a pluck, a duck waiting to get plucked, man.
Woo. The worst of the worst.
I mean, it ain't that bad though, getting plucked. I mean, you have some fun in the meanwhile.
Hey y'all. So I am on the healing journey. I've already told you guys that I have anxiety, and I've been doing some soul searching and really trying to heal my inner girl or the teenage girl or just areas in my life throughout my life that have hurt me. So my next step is to just be transparent. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who have stories and that can relate, especially to the topic that we're about to get into. So here it is. The first trauma that I could think of to talk about that really hurt me was a miscarriage I had back in 2013. I was freshly married. My husband was in.
There you go, Plain. There you go. See? Did anybody ask her that?
So they don't. So is it just why are we like? Did you do a search for
no
miscarriage, marriage? You know what I'm saying? Because all of them are they?
See, if you go like say you go fibroids or whatever, right? I keep telling you, behind every bad pussy is a man. So it's just there. It's just there. But today I wanted to draw a little pain out of people by talking about how men lose all the time. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. And when you hear that she was freshly married after everything that we've learned together, you know that freshly married means what? He got.
This is like most deaf. This is how you get got.
He got.
You thought you had good macaroni stirring in the pot. Not. This is how you get got.
Oh, she was in the army.
Oh, that's a red flag right there.
In basic training at the time. So this top of the year, we got married January 15th. I lost my baby in March. We were having complications at the first ultrasound, and they said that they couldn't see a heartbeat, but that was normal because it was still early. And then at that time, my husband had to leave, so it was just, my mom going with me or my best friend at the time. And by the time I hit 12 weeks, I went back in, and the baby was still size. So it stopped growing at 8 weeks, and I wasn't miscarrying it. It was just in there.
Dang.
So she gave me two options. I could either do a DNC or she would put me on medication to have my body push the baby out naturally. So I was like, okay, I'll do it natural. It's my first time. I didn't, I've heard a lot of stories about abortions and how, some abortions cause you not to be able to carry. And I was worried and scared. And, it was just a lot happening at one time. So I decided to take the medication and go naturally. That same night, I didn't take medication. I take that back. I decided to let my body eject it naturally. So I went home that same night. I was in my sophomore year in college. My friend at the time was staying with me because we were really close. And I just had like a pain in my stomach. Now, I didn't know what it was. I've never had a contraction. And after sitting on the toilet, my friend was like, I'm calling your mom. She's going to need us at the hospital. We need to go. We went to the hospital, emergency room, and they said, oh, your body is going into labor because it's ejecting your baby. So we're going to give you, I believe they gave me, what's that medicine called?
That's rough, man. That shit is rough. That's rough right there.
Notice I have a trigger warning on the video, so if you're sensitive about the subject, keep scrolling. Today I want to talk about the spirits and soul contracts as it relates to birth, miscarriage, and abortion. Y'all already know when you watching my content, you better have a deep level of thinking and understanding. If that's not you, keep scrolling. So when people have a miscarriage, that's usually spirit saying, wait, hold up, I'm not ready for this situation.
That's a goddamn lie, Plane. Hey, Plane, that's a lie.
Hey, when she started off with all the spirituality, soul, all that mumbo jumbo speak in trying to put it to medical, talking about if she called that deeper thinking and keep scrolling, I was like, keep scrolling, man. I don't want to hear none of this.
That is a damn lie what she's talking about right now. It's a spiritual thing. That's a lie.
Man, she finna promote witchcraft and you know what I'm saying, Kundalini and burning sage. Like, well, bitch, go to the doctor. Get some insurance. Go to the doctor. Stop trying to rationalize why you know what I'm saying, don't want to handle your business.
That's all it really, really is.
Not aligning with me. Maybe it saw the parents, their energy, and their experiences, and was like, nah, I'm good on that. This is not the right match for the journey I'm trying to take. Sometimes the timing just ain't right either. Spirit knows it's not going to flow the way it needs to, but decides to bounce, and that's where the miscarriage happened, unfortunately. For abortions, I never really looked at it like this, but we got to talk about telepathic connection. Spirit's message to the parents low key. It's like, I'm not trying to play this human game right now, so let's abort the mission. I'm not trying to be funny, literally. Now, the parents might think it's their decision, but ultimately the spirit was guiding them, letting them know this really ain't the right time. Some people even pick up on that frequency that spirit is talking to them, telling them certain things. I think the one about stillborns is really interesting. It said that spirit is undecided. Think of it like they're in a cosmic waiting room and stepping in and out of the vessel saying like, do I really want to do this?
Yo, we fucked up.
On the fence.
Yo, we fucked up out here.
What's all this weed shit? Nah, it ain't no weed. I ain't got nothing to do with this shit. Somebody come on to me talking all that, I'd be like, look here. You know what I'm saying? What book you get this? Where you get this shit from?
Dog, I'm going to tell you where.
Cite your sources.
It's from the book of Men Don't Know Nothing About No Pussy, so I can just tell them niggas anything. I can tell them it was the spirits.
But they all got this same lingo. Like, where do y'all get this bullshit from?
From men not being able to know.
No.
How many times do I got to show you after the wedding shit goes bad?
Oh. So they just like a landmine.
And they need to know that they should have somebody caring about them and they shouldn't be such of the ridiculous people that they are.
I don't know if they can get over that ridiculousness.
That's why I say we fucked up.
They got years invested in dumb shit, and like they gonna ride it out.
I agree with that.
It take a lot to, like, they got to go through like a near-death traumatic experience to wake up out that shit.
This nigga said these women are out of control.
Yeah, like they straight shaming. Where?
Uh-oh, we got a man back there.
Welcome back. I want to share my hospital miscarriage experience, a story really shaped by my skin color and gender. I walked in the hospital hoping for a little bit of grace, only to face delays, dismissive care, and
it's a doctor.
In hindsight, y'all, that's where I went wrong. Expecting the staff to meet needs, they often chose not to. That's one of the downsides of expectations, is people's capacities to meet them. And capacity sometimes can be a choice. I arrived, they hooked me up to an IV. I waited nearly about an hour with absolutely no update. At this point, I'm in the triage bay area in excruciating pain. I asked for relief, only to be told that I couldn't even get ibuprofen. That's Advil, y'all, because of the baby. At this point, I'm thinking, what fucking baby? So while ibuprofen is not recommended during pregnancy, acetaminophen or Tylenol is considered safer. And I wasn't even offered that. Plus, we all suspected it was a miscarriage. So I waited about another 30, 45 minutes of absolute silence. At this point, I warned the staff, I will leave. I will take off these IVs and I will self-discharge. Eventually, a doctor come by. He apologizes for the delay. He mentioned that, they're suspecting a miscarriage. Great. He asked me to come back the next day for an HCG blood test to confirm. When I did come back, stupidly, I expected a quick visit. They tried to reattach the IV. I said, nah, I'm good. Again, I waited another 30, 45 minutes of silence, and then I made my threats that I would leave. After about 5 minutes from that, a white male nurse comes over to me to give me discharge instructions, and he confirmed that it was a miscarriage. So then he walks away. As he's walking away towards the nursing station, within earshot of everyone in that area, he turns around and he says, oh yeah, I'm really sorry. And the nerve of that damn man. That comment delivered so publicly felt incredibly dismissive, insensitive, and it's just a painful reminder of the issues in our healthcare. Research consistently shows that Black mothers and mothers of color receive lower quality care, face longer wait times, and often have our pain and concerns dismissed. This is why we have significantly higher rates of maternal morbidity and mortality. We deserve genuine, high quality, respectful care. And yes, y'all, thank you so much for listening. And yes, I did report his ass because I was so annoyed.
There you go, Plain.
She reported that man for saying sorry for your loss.
Right. But what is the translation?
No, like, she is insane. She came out talking about every time she went to the doctor, she said, I expected this to happen. And it's up to the other person to make a choice to meet my expectations. Like, how in the fuck I know your expectations? And why would they matter to me doing my job as a medical professional? I know what I'm doing. You see what I'm saying? Now I'm starting to see, like, if she's trying to make an example of why BWs have more medical issues, it sounds like it's their fault not working with the staff.
Sorry, man.
I mean, I heard that one. She was talking about my expectation. Like, that is just an entitled millennial that ain't got a clue about reality.
But there's one reality. That box miscarried.
And even still, she didn't, like, she wasn't even fazed by it. She was more concerned
right
with the nurse
than
her
own
issue.
out there. Putting her business out there. See that?
But
can't put her business out there, son.
That level of pettiness of thought is why she's in the situation she's in. She's wasting her mental energy on bullshit.
Sorry, she ain't gonna listen to you.
I know.
I came here so that women struggling with infertility, especially Black women, especially young Black women, will feel seen. I'm wearing these shades because I get emotional. Although I was able to conceive via IVF and then was able to conceive naturally, my story has not been sunshine and rainbows. I struggled with infertility in my early 20s, in my peak season, where I'm supposed to be the most fertile, where everybody popping out babies from left and right, when I'm going to baby showers, gender reveals, baby's first birthday parties, and all those kind of things, and nobody knows what I'm struggling with. I remember the when y'all gonna have a baby question over and over and over, not knowing what we were struggling with, not knowing what we was going through. I remember the embarrassment. I remember the shame. I remember the guilt every single time I got pregnant and had a loss. Y'all.
Your thoughts, brother.
She said every time?
Every time.
So she's had multiple miscarriages.
Yeah.
That led to her getting IVF.
Yeah.
And then after that, they had a miracle baby.
And we don't know the welfare of that baby, but what do I teach you? What do I teach you? They will have that baby under any conditions to keep that man. That baby could be fucked up.
Yeah, because I think they're like, hey, it's like life gives you lemons, make lemonade, so now they can get a check. That's what you call a check baby. It's women out here make their kids play crazy. And there don't be nothing wrong with the kids, but they be like, hey, I can get a check if you take these pills.
Dang.
Yeah, it's
Dang.
Yeah, man, they ruthless.
Dang.
Infertility was hard on me. I remember feeling like I just didn't even want to be here because what purpose am I serving if I cannot be a mother? I remember feeling inadequate. I remember feeling incomplete. I remember feeling useless. I remember all of those feelings, although I do have.
Guess what she don't remember playing?
Her kids.
Wow. Yo, come on, man.
She's dwelling in the past. You want a kid so bad they hear it. You still want to be in the struggle. You still talking about the struggle part.
Dang.
You see what I'm saying? Like the kids are here.
Dang.
She trying to run up some views.
And she damn sure won't. And I was gonna say she don't, and she won't say how she remember how bad that man felt.
Oh, that's just a sperm donor.
You see, Sean got me the 7K. I'm gonna give y'all a story time about how my ex-husband left me at home to lose our baby by myself. Yeah, he did. So this was 2015, right? Picture this. I had started spiding or whatever, but you know, my doctor had already said I had been spiding, and my doctor was like, "That's normal." So I was like, "Oh, okay, you know, whatever." But see, me and my husband had been fighting, y'all. We had been fighting, like literally fighting, fist fighting.
No, it's fine.
No, that ain't fun.
Fist fighting her husband while she's pregnant.
I already knew she was that type though. Just off sight, I'm like, oh yeah.
Yo, my second baby mama's 5'10". She tall, right? So she was pregnant, right? Yo, the bitch swung on me. Yo, the bitch swung on me, B.
What you do?
I said, bitch.
You ate it, or your spider sense kicked in?
She didn't hit me.
She swung on
me, B. I was like, bitch, you crazy. I was like, yo, bitch. Oh, I was so pissed off that day, B. I was like, see.
Do your child know this?
Huh?
Does your child know this?
Hell no.
Man.
Hell no.
Like your
She
mama
swung
tried
on me when she was pregnant, B.
What? See, you just coming in the middle of the story. Tell the whole story.
And she was worried about me cheating and stuff.
Right. Like, yeah, I'm a cheat, bitch. Damn, what you worried about? You just don't know when.
You pregnant. What you want me to do?
Oh man, that pregnant box be top tier.
Until she get too big.
Nah, it be good all the way to the to the end, boy.
I did her all the way up until she got too big, B.
You ain't got word. You ain't got that stress on you her getting pregnant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the thing is, I made sure she was good till she got too big, and if she needed it every now and then, I would do it. But other than that,
you was dipping and dabbing.
Right. Relax, baby. I mean, take care of you.
Don't take
I've
care
been
of
swung on me, son.
Yeah, because them hormones was up.
Yeah.
You can't play with her. You know what I'm saying? At the default state. Now at the heightened emotional state of pregnancy, you lucky she ain't have a butcher knife.
Yo, the bitch swung on me. Then after my baby was born, bitch gonna tell me, yeah, I told him you just like your father when he do bad stuff. I was like, whoa.
That's it.
Whoa. Whoa.
You get that from him.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Whoa. I ain't even there.
It's
How the fuck you get it from me?
genetic. He just born on with on
That's
the bad
bullshit.
side.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, we had been fighting for days straight, like just for little petty stuff. But anyway, I ended up spotting a lot, like a lot, because I had went to the doctor before this day, and they was like, it was normal. So that's how, I ain't thinking none of it. But this particular day, I was spotting real hard. So I ended up going back to the doctor, and they was like, well, it seems that you're having a miscarriage. I'm like, oh, what? You just told me my cervix was closed, everything was good when I came before. And then now y'all tell me I'm having a miscarriage. So me and my husband both crying, whatever. It was rough. But anyway, we get ourselves together, we go home. Okay. He leave. Yeah, he left. He went to the casino with his sister. Left me out by myself, which was fine because I took a nap that day. I was just, trying to process what all was going on with, whatever.
Hold on, Plane. When you hear the bitch say, you remember we saw that other girl, right? You there? Hey, Plane. Oh, Plane left. But when we saw the other girl, a lot of times they don't like to describe what happened. They say whatever. So nobody's going to believe the fact that she had that condition before she got pregnant. Her box was prone to miscarry that baby. And this is a greater example because that man went to the casino. That nigga was like, that nigga was pissed. But she and a lot of women believe they have the power over you over that scenario, believing that some sort of spiritual scenario created that. Anybody that watches this channel knows by looking at this woman, she didn't do right by her vagina. Because it starts with the diet and the lifestyle. In a lot of cases, if you're just a lucky, healthy woman, more power to you. Some people have a greater egg reserve.
It just was a hard day for me, so I was just like, go, whatever you want to do, just go. Get out my face. But anyway.
He lost a baby. The bitch told him, get out her face.
Anyway, when he came back later on that night, he was drunk, of course. And he was trying to fix me a plate of Popeyes. Nigga, I don't want no food. I'm losing a baby. I don't want no food. And how can you eat? You ought to be sick to your stomach. Anyway, girl, the food was cold. This nigga really tried to give me some cold food. I don't even want to eat. I'm sick to my stomach. Why do you think I want to eat some food? Anyway, I just took the food and he was like, he wanted to start. Mind y'all, this dude had been trying to start a fight with me all day. Like, just look, nitpicking after we had came home from the hospital after they told us the news or whatever. This nigga was trying to pick a fight with me for any little thing, y'all. Like, what? Nigga, how you pick a fight with your wife after they just told y'all this type of news? I should have knew something was up then, but I didn't. I mean, I didn't think none of it. I should have known, but I didn't. So after he got mad about me not eating at Popeyes, somebody kept calling his phone. But I never thought none of it because I'm like, we had each other passwords or whatever. But men, you know how they are. I had called him. I ain't gonna go there. Anyway, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But anyway, I was like, who calling your phone? He wasn't lying. Oh, that's my mama and it's blah, 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 blah. Just lying like he always do. He a liar. Just like a man. Men don't do nothing but lie. Anyway, so I was like, Later on at night, he's still trying to fight with me, y'all. He's still trying to pick with me about any little thing. So we end up getting into it about something I can't remember. Whatever we got into it about, he ended up choking me.
That's a lie.
Yeah. You choking your wife that's losing your baby. This dude was choking me. Like, I was like, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. This motherfucker said, I don't give a fuck, bitch, die. This nigga told me to die. You this mad at me? My job. Let me say this. He blamed me for losing a baby.
There you go. There you go, family. Man's not so stupid, huh? But not with the violence.
This man blamed.
But that's the stuff that I be telling y'all. This is the heartbreak that men go through that could turn that way.
And me for losing our child. Well, it's your fault. You should have been doing what the doctor said and blah, blah, blah.
Is he lying? Is he lying?
Been doing what the doctor said and blah, blah, blah. You want to run behind me? All type of shit, girl. What? I want to run behind you, nigga. We married. And at that time, he didn't even drive, y'all. I was driving my car. I was driving him around. So if I didn't drive my car, how was you going to get there? Oh, okay. So anyway, fast forward back to that night. He was choking me out. Mind you, his phone still ringing while we fighting. His phone still ringing. So whoever it was, at this point, I'm like, damn, that must be a girl. It gotta be a girl. Because who keep calling your phone like that? It ain't no fucking girl. This after he got off of me. Because, girl, I had blacked out and everything. Just going back to that point when he was choking me. I had blacked out. Like, I'm already losing a lot of blood. And then this man on top of me choking me out. Choking me out. Who do that? What type of sick animal choke their wife out that's losing their baby? Animal. Sick animal. Anyway. So we sitting there, we watching TV or whatever. I'm crying, trying to get myself together once again. Cause this dude losing his mind, still trying to pick little fights with me. I'm like, damn, dude, you already just choked me out. And you still trying to fight with me? How'd they go? Like, leave me the fuck alone. Nigga, you been on me all day, like, starving me, trying to fuss. I don't want to fuss with you. Leave me alone. Please. So, anyway, after that, I'm sitting on the phone. I think I was on the phone with my mama. He started playing the game, y'all. Mind you, his phone still ringing. Still ringing. Still ringing. So, yeah, what they tell you. Anyway, I'm on the phone with my mama. He playing the game, girl. Turned the loud as fuck. Mind you, we had like a 75-inch TV in our room. Girl, sound like a fucking movie theater in there. I'm like, son, I'm on the phone with my mama. Show some respect. You're not that mad. Like, why is you turning this TV up this loud while I'm talking to my mama? Just trying to fuck with me, right? Trying to fuck with me. So I'm like, son, I'm just gonna go in the bathroom because so I'm in the bathroom talking to my mama. He get mad about that. Why you mad? Because I'm in the bathroom. I'm in the bathroom because you got this TV loud and I'm talking to my mama. My mom trying to console her child that's losing her child. Nigga, some shit that you should have been doing. Girl. Anyway, yeah, I'm like, okay, Ma, I'll call you back because he tripping and I don't have time for all this drama, this shit he got going. He want to fuss and I'm just like, okay, bye, I'm going to call you back later. So I started laying down. So he comes over, he was like, babe, I'll be right back. I'm about to go get some from Walmart. I'm about to go get some from Walmart. At this time, we stayed with his sister and her husband. So her husband was like, oh, okay, Mo, you ready? He knocked on the door, Mo, you ready? So whatever they had planned, they had been planned it all day. So anyway, he took him He said, we better go to Walmart, babe. I'll be back. Girl, they left. But when he came back, my husband wasn't nowhere to be found at all. So I'm like, what more? He was like, oh, I don't know. You don't know? Nigga, y'all left together. You left and y'all was supposed to be going to Walmart and you don't know what my husband is? What? He was like, oh, I dropped him off at the gate. Because at this time we stayed at a gated community. And you had to, go to the gate to get in and out. He was like, I dropped him off at the gate. The gate? The gate? Girl, what? Y'all supposed to be going to Walmart. And you drop him off at the gate to do what? And with who? And who the fuck coming to pick him up at my house? What? Like for part 2, y'all, because...
There you go, fam. I got to get out of here, man. I'll come back later, man. It's a nice day out. I'm going to go have a little bit of fun, ride around a little bit, all right?